I hear you, and those are all the things that we've had, the problems that continue. Right. Now let's get down to the business of how you get business done in Washington. Representative Stivers, your colleague, was on this show earlier. He said we have 100% agreement on 90% of tax reform, the debate over the border adjustment tax. Part of the problem in Washington is you don't extract pieces that don't work and get what needs to work done. The president's done well with his agenda in the executive orders. There's the non-sexy stuff happening with the Office of Innovation, EPA reform. So why not do things like extract the border adjustment tax, get the tax reform passed by August, which is something that really matters. People will see results from that. And, you know, with all due respect, you guys are going home on your breaks to tell us how you come to talk to us. The American people and my callers, my listeners all across this country want to know why you don't stay in Washington and get your job done. I know you might want to go home to your family, but families out here need you to stay and do your jobs. So why not no recess until you get tax reform?
Yeah, first of all, it's ridiculous. I've never worked harder in my life. I work every single day. I haven't been home in over 2 weeks. I'm constantly in the district when I get home. I'm working from 7 o'clock until late at night. I think you can, my freshman class. Yeah,
but the district part is not what the people care about. We work in our offices and wherever we work around America. Your work is in Washington, D.C.
Okay,
and people want to know why you're not staying there and getting the job done in committees.
To be fair, they want to get health care done before July 4th, not tax reform. That was never a plan. They're trying to do tax reform after the summer. But you know the issue is a real one, Congresswoman. What are you going to do? Are you going to get this done this year?
Certainly. Let me talk. 2 things. Number one, it's June. We have an entire month. I would just as soon stay here, and I think I can speak for almost every member of our House. We want to stay here and get all these packages done. We'd like to get them done tomorrow. We need to work with the Senate. We're trying to get these things through. We have a resist movement that is not only here in Washington, D.C., they're in my district, and I represent my district. I want to go and hear from my constituents, which I'm doing every weekend. So I'm balancing that with trying to fight the fight here in Washington, D.C. against the so-called deep state, the bureaucrats, the lobbyists, everybody who's pulling at us. I'm a business owner. I came to Washington. I haven't even been endorsed by my local county Republican committee. I came as an independent Republican fighting my way against both sides to try to stand as an independent and as a conservative, which is one of the hardest things to do. So especially from very deep blue New York. So yes, we would love to. I would like to work every single day to make sure that what we get for the American people and for my constituents is going to grow our economy in New York State. Reducing taxes, getting the health care problem solved, getting the Choice Act passed, which we did, getting it through the House as much as we can to roll back regulations that are hurting our small businesses and our banks and their ability to have access to lending. All those things we're trying to do. And I think this, unfortunately, as someone who is a media owner and someone who is from a conservative viewpoint, I think it's unfair that often the conservative side is complaining that we're not getting things done. I invite all the conservative commentators to come and spend a day with me, walk around and see how hard this is to try to get people to agree to what we know is the right thing to do for our constituents. It's a lot of work. It's a heavy pull.
We know it is, Congresswoman.
But I appreciate that.
You're very articulate.
I think give us a break and come and see how hard we are working. And I'm not going to speak for everyone, but let me tell you, the new members and the people who came here, like I did, fighting my way and making a lot of sacrifices, giving up my family business, my ability to really be free, as I say, you know, home. With my dogs, my son, my family. I don't get to do that.
I'll be there next week because I'll be broadcasting from Washington, D.C. And I've been down there about 6 times in the past 2 months. I'd love to see you, and I'll come see you in your office.
I love you, David Webb. Come spend a day and see how hard it is that we're trying to get it done.
We've been hearing about a replacement for Obamacare for 7 years, Congresswoman. And, you know, to see this thing dragged out the way it is after hearing for so many years, it almost feels like, you know, Congress didn't expect the president to win. You didn't find yourself in this position, Lee Carter. That was one of the issues, real quick.
Yeah, real quick. The promise was that tax reform was going to get done, health care was going to get done. This is what they ran on, and it's disappointing. It's really disappointing. For the voters.
We passed health care in the House.
You're working hard on it.
We passed the first step in the House. We did our job in the House. Let's get it done in the Senate. Let's get them. They put out a proposed bill, a draft. It's not perfect. Let's get it done. I appreciate that. I agree 100%.
Congresswoman, we'll be watching. Thanks so much. You've been very articulate on the issue. Claudia Tenney joining us there. Thank you.